Hiya, and welcome back to Heroes Advent. The game that teaches us that if it wasn't for what Finn said previously, we would all be convinced that all Ray wants is our weenie doodle, our Wineener. But now I'm not so sure of that. Anyways, let's just hop right in. I am terrified, despite what may have been said, like, in the Discord server last night, like, yay, horny dragon time. I am genuinely terrified right now. Hiya. Maybe I'll go with Ray. He did say something about teaching me how to survive in the wilderness. That's quite an integral skills for a proper hero. You decided to leave the tavern to look for the dragon. You didn't know where exactly he stayed, but maybe the tower would be the best place to start. You took a turn to the back hallway when a red figure happened to pass by the same hallway. Ray! You waved at the dragon as he turned to you. Huh? Ah, if this isn't Dave. Good morning, you heading somewhere? Yay. Yeah, well, I was thinking maybe I could tag along on your errand run. Ray seemed to be thinking for a second before stepping closer with a smirk. Errands, eh? Well, unfortunately, I have no such thing for today. Aww. I just have places to be, though. That said, you can come along if you want. I wouldn't say no to some well-deserved company. Prepare for trouble and make it double! Prepare for trouble and make it a gay horny dragon. He winked at that last. Really? Okay! We are way too chipper about this. You promptly followed the dragon along the hallway. So, where are we going? For today, the city, of course, but first we gotta drop by Alex's bunker. Bunker? Well, by bunker, I mean his lab. You know how it goes. Oh, right. You both took the same path to the underground labs. The elevator ride felt shorter than last time, even though you and Ray didn't talk much. You could vaguely hear Alex's voice echoing as you walked along the corridor. It almost sounded like he was scolding someone. Not again. A mouse stumbled out of the lab as the door slid open. They briefly straightened their outfit before hurrying past you without a word. You didn't have time to see their face clearly, but they looked quite distressed, in tears even. You mean Ray's Dragussy. I will see myself out. Bye. Just kidding, I never left. When you turned around, the person had already taken the elevator and left. Hiya. It was strange how the mouse didn't seem to notice both of you there, or maybe he just didn't want to talk right now. Wait there, Dave. The dragon briefly instructed you as he entered the lab. You quickly hid yourself behind the pile of books and lab documents at the first counter, before peeking over the corner. Alex, Ray said, and the lynx glared back almost immediately. Despite his small stature, he was very, very intimidating. Even Ray seemed a bit reluctant, scratching the back of his head as he approached Alex. You know what? I won't even talk about what just happened. So what did you need before? You know, I'm gonna adjust my microphone filter, my pop filter. The lynx left the hammer at the workbench and sat in his chair. I'm running low on Akai crystals. My last mage prototype weapon was accidentally destroyed by Festin. He made air quotes at accidentally. This is why I can't trust him with any of my projects. He is clumsy and weak. Dozens of my prototypes were wrecked because he's too scatterbrained to handle them properly. Scatterbrained? Jeez, Alex, I know he's not the most skillful personnel around the lab, but you gotta stop being so hard on him. You know he's just trying his best. The lynx didn't say anything, and Ray took a deep breath. Alright, I'll go get your crystals. How soon do you need them? In 2 days from now. I need it for another weapon prototype. Gotcha. Hound them over around tomorrow evening at most. The dragon gently caressed the lynx's head, and you could have sworn hearing him purr. He quickly smacked Ray's hand away, his face a bit red.
Ray?
Alex threw another glare at him, but only for a moment as he sighed.
Alright, I'll talk to Feston again. For the umpteenth time.
I'm glad to hear. Yeah, I'll get going for now.
How's your time with Dave? I hope he wasn't causing you too much with his constant crying. Right, wait!
The lynx almost yelped as the dragon left his side. Yeah?
Stay safe.
You know I will. You quietly left the lab at a signal. Alex didn't seem to notice you at all. Taking a quick peek through the doorway, you could see the lynx already focused on whatever was on his computer screen. From what just happened, you quite wondered what sort of relationship these two really had. So, where should we go next on our date? Ray said as you entered the elevator, his thick tail playfully slapped against your butt. Okay. It hasn't even been 10 fucking minutes. Ray, it hasn't even been 10 fucking minutes. I'm genuinely impressed. I am genuinely impressed now. It hasn't even been 10 fucking minutes and already he's slapping our ass. Can you not slap our ass, Ray? That would be greatly appreciated.
Date?
Well, two guys walking closely together around town. If they aren't on a date, I don't know what else. Hang out or date? Though I feel like this isn't even a question. Oh, we got Confident +1 and Ray Love +1. Let's check our stats. How the fuck do we have Cody Love? How the fuck do we have Cody Love? How the fuck do we have Cody Love? If I'm honest, your constant crying makes me more in love with you, Dave. Oh yeah. Well, I guess this would be my first date, though. Ray seemed pretty taken aback by your statement. Well, I see. A date it is, then. He pulled you closer as he grabbed your shoulder, and you could already feel your cheek getting hotter from the gesture. Let's make this first time a memorable one for you. Can you not? I feel like saying that we're going on a date with... Hang on, I'm taking my headphones off for this. I am taking my headphones off for this. I feel like saying that we're going on a date with Ray is akin to getting into a stranger's car. You know you're not supposed to get into a stranger's car. But that doesn't stop some people. Remember, do not get into a stranger's car. Never get into a stranger's car. Remember, never do that. Without going into detail, let's just say I learned that the hard way. You chuckled as he held you into an embrace. Even when you felt confident, you were still struggling to figure out what to say. The hug does feel nice, though. You could feel warmth spreading from his smooth scales. Before you knew it, the elevator door opened as he let go with a light chuckle. You followed him outside. Uber? I don't... Without going into detail, I'm not going to go into detail. Let's just say I did learn that the hard way, though. I did actually learn it the hard way. Uber and Lyft... See, that's different. That's more of like a taxi service. Like, yeah, you're still getting into a stranger's car, but they're like... How do I say it? But they're acting as like a taxi service. I honestly don't know. I don't know where I was going off on this tangent about getting into strangers' cars. Exactly. Like, one is more socially acceptable and the other is slightly illegal. Before you knew it, the elevator door opened as he let go with a light chuckle. You followed him outside. Since I'm not really going anywhere, where are we headed next? I do have to pick up some stuff for a friend of mine. Do you go to the city after that? Wait, of course you don't. You stayed at the Forks with Max's friend all the time, yeah? Yeah. I've never been to the city before, but I've heard a lot about it. It's called Crystal Coast, right? Car pulls up. Dave. Car pulls up. Dave fucking dies. It's called Crystal Coast, right? Yep, Crystal Coast, mining city, home of the famous Guardian Crystal. Hiya. Speaking of which, we should head there. It's a lovely place for a first date. Didn't you say you had to pick up some stuff? Sure do, but a little bit of a detour never hurts. What the fuck? I will be right back. Ugh. I just remembered, while I was doing the thing, I just remembered exactly why I went on a rant about getting into a stranger's car. I remembered why. Sorry, I remember how I got into a rant. Why? I don't know. You followed him as you left the guild on foot.
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Oh my god.
It's time to drink water.
Oh my god. Despite being considered part of the city, the guild building stood on its own estate. So there was still quite a bit of distance between the place and the actual city. You took a moment to survey the lush fields trailing along the main road as you went on. After a while, the tall citadel structures soon came into view, many of which resembled the modern buildings back in your city, just with a strange twist. Almost steampunk, like those movies you've seen and heard of before. All of this was quite a sight to behold, even more so now that you finally got the chance to be so up close. Gitches. Here we are, welcome to the city. Now that I think about it, this place actually has a lot of names. You heard Alex call it, what? Cote d'Ivoire or Vitrum Praetor or something? I probably got it all wrong, but I just can't be bothered. Right, I see. We are going to fucking die in this route. Okay. Someone who played Ray's route before, I have a question. Are we going to fucking die? Like, that I'm asking a genuine question. Are we going to fucking die? You yelped as the dragon suddenly grabbed your hand. The city is pretty big. Don't want to have you get lost on your first date. Now let's go check out the Guardian Crystal, shall we? You walk along the main street, crossing city bridges and passing by marketplaces, holding hands with him all the way. Ah, ha ha ha. Ah. So, what you're saying right there, Axel, is, we will be reenacting that one part from that Cupcake song. We're going to be reenacting a fucking Cupcake song. You timidly looked up every time he showed you a landmark, but other than that, your eyes were glued to the ground. You may have acted confident at first, but this was still very sudden. You still can't believe you were actually on a date. You remember trying so hard to get into a relationship back in high school, but you just kind of gave up after being single for a while. The dragon is holding your hand pretty firmly too, and you can't help but feel rather embarrassed. And here it is, Vitrum Park, Ray said as you stopped by the grand entrance. Whoa! Your eyes were immediately on the giant crystal hovering amidst the square. Metallic rings adorned its sides, glinting against the magical beam that resonated from the tip, which you could barely see even from afar. The crystal seemed to hum a gentle melody that you could just barely pick up now that you were up close. I remember now! I saw it from when we were up the hills back at Elisa's. It looked big, but I never thought it would be this massive. If we took the second part of that and took it out of context, that would be horrible. It looks very pretty, isn't it? The crystal provides the city with a protective barrier so that no nether beings can enter and ravage the city. It was constructed 20 years ago and finished just in time for the king's raid too. Unfortunately, a nearby village was destroyed. Now it's still a hatch thing then, so I don't really remember much. He went silent for a bit. Well, that's that. The crystal also gives the park a magnificent view. Perfect for couples wanting to get a load off and enjoy themselves here. You looked around and it's true, aside from families with children and the elderly, most of the visitors at the park were young couples. I guess I can see that. So, what now? How about we get some snacks? I know a place that offers good stuff. Sure, I could use some of that. You went to a stand near the park's sidewalk, which looked like an ice cream truck to you, except it was a floating wagon instead. What'd you like, Dave? You looked at the menu for a bit. Unlike the menus at the tavern, you couldn't seem to make out any of the writings. Must be a foreign script, perhaps? But at least each ice cream flavor has their own hand-drawn symbols. Even then, most of them looked weird until the only thing you could recognize was the one with the chocolate bar. Your ears perked up. You'd always loved chocolate and any chocolate-flavored treats, but isn't chocolate poisonous to your new body? Should I go for it or go for whatever Ray was offering instead? I guess we're going for the fucking poison. I'm gonna save right there. Ah, shit. We're going to fucking die. And this is where we die, my friends. This is where we fucking die, my friends. This is where we fucking die. Do we go for whatever Ray is planning?
Go for the Ray odor.
Do we go for whatever Ray is planning, or do we fucking die? Our ass is gonna be used as okay. I'm going to go off on another tangent here, and this is only for one thing. This right here, yup, our ass is gonna be used as drums, is hilarious to me. That line, that message, Axel, is hilarious to me for the simple fact that when I was in high school, I was a percussionist. I guess I'll have yours too, Ray. Oh, you sure? Yeah, I can't read the menu, so I'll play it safe and have what you're ordering. Yeah, alright then. 2 of my usuals, please. He gave a silver coin to the merchant. What kind of flavor is it anyway? That's a secret. Here you go, sir! 2 frozen treats for the lovely couple! The merchant said with a smile. Ah, thank you. Here you go, Dave. Thanks! Don't mention it. Say, let's enjoy this as we go, yeah? Sure thing. You nodded, following Ray out of the park and towards the market districts. You went ahead and had a taste of your ice cream, which turned out to be quite pleasant. It was creamy and sweet with a hint of cheese. It reminded you of the cheesecake ice cream you tried once at the B&R store back in your world. Baskin Robbins. Oh no! Mmm. You close your eyes, savoring the nostalgic aftertaste. Is it good? Yeah, it's really good. I can see why you like this too, Ray. Like it? No way. Eh? I don't just like it. I love it. Ray leaned over and stole a lick at your ice cream. Whoa, Ray! Goodness, sorry, but hey, it is delicious, is it not? And in case you didn't know, the amazing flavor actually comes from a fruit. A fruit? Really? I'm a fruit? Wait, what? Yep. A parfait, to be exact. You can find it near the yakai tree, but it's relatively difficult to harvest. People have been struggling to get a parfait farm up and running too, mainly due to its harsh growing conditions. But if they succeeded, man, I would have just that for the rest of my life. I might even sell my soul to whoever brought me the fruit. Oh, right, so you're saying you'll love me a lot more if I bought you a bunch of these, yes? Maybe. He playfully bumped hips with you. But don't get too overconfident, Dave. You might get yourself killed trying to snatch some parfaits. What type of milk did you use for the ice cream? Moo. And this is where I go to jail. Dave, I swear to God. Just like... And this is where I go to jail. This is where I go to jail because we only casually, brutally murdered Ray. Only casually. Oh no! I know. I probably wouldn't survive in the forest if I got lost. I really should learn how to defend myself. And yet here we are. On a date instead of getting started with your training. Oh, well, just messing with you, Dave. Don't worry about it just yet. I'll be sure to teach you at least a few basic skills, though it might not be as proper or advanced like Max's. You look to the dragon, still happily enjoying his treat. You can sense the lingering hesitance in his words, though you couldn't tell why. Ray, you decided to give his shoulder a light nudge. Yeah? I think you'll do just fine. Max might seem like the proper mercenary guy, but I have a feeling I might learn the ropes faster with you around. Thanks, Dave. That means a lot. What you said seemed to have brought a bright smile to his face as he grabbed your hand. You crossed the bridge away from the central square and into the market districts. The amount of people there really reminded you of how crowded your city could get some days. Eventually, Ray stopped in front of what looked like a florist shop. The first thing that caught your eyes were the hanging vines adorning the large window, where rows of potted plants and flowers were neatly arranged up front. The doorbell rang as the dragon entered the shop. The pleasant fragrance of flowers and pruned grass grew even stronger as you followed him inside. There were several more exotic plants and flowers on display, and in the back were shelves after shelves filled with gardening supplies. Good day, Mr. Rye. How may I help you? The clerk greeted the dragon as you approached. Yeah, just here to pick up my usuals, you know, the fertilizer and the vitamin water. Which kind of fertilizer was it again, sir? The Ultra Grow one. Understood, please wait here. You come here a lot, Ray? You asked as the clerk went to the back shelves. I guess you could say that. And it's not just to admire the flowers, I assure you. Here you go, Mr. Rye. Wait. Mr. Rye, here you go, Mr. Rye. The clerk returned after a brief moment, placing a hefty sack onto the counter. Is there anything else you needed? Thanks, it's all for now. I see. As for payment, these would be 5 gold coins, sir. 5, eh? You know, I've been coming back here for a while now. Maybe you could help me out with a discount, yeah? We appreciate your continued patronage, sir. But with all due respect, these items you requested are both highly customized and limited in stock. We'd be at a loss if we sold them at a higher price, and no, sir. I'm afraid I'm not interested in any other things you'd give me. He's talking about his penis. You're no fun. Surely you know I wasn't paid to have fun, Mr. Rye. Hello?
Alex. Hey, Dave.
Hello, Alex?
Hey, Dave. Are you still with Ray?
Yeah.
Are you still with Rye?
Yeah, I'm still with Ray. What's up?
Yeah, get out of here. This was a bad idea.
Surely you know I wasn't paid to have fun, Mr. Rye. At that moment, the dragon smirked and the clerk seemed a little flustered as he realized what he just said. You scoffed. That seems to happen to anybody speaking with Ray. Right, you are. All jokes aside, though, is Zach here today? No, I'm afraid he's out of town for a few days. However, he did want to let you know that he will be back by Thursday. Oh, well, that's a shame. Anyways, here you go. You can see Ray passing a few gold coins to the clerk. But there's 6. I know. It's a tip. Thank you, sir. Please come again. Well, let's get out of here, Dave. You promptly left the shop with the dragon as he picked up his item. Let me help you with that, Ray. Hang on, how many are we at? We are already at 4 Ray Love. Ray Love, we're already at 4. We are already at 4. I am terrified. I am terrified. Let me help you with that, Ray. Oh, now aren't you a gentleman? Oh, so you don't want my help? Never mind that. Whoa, no! I'm just messing around. He giggled as he took the sack from his shoulder. Oof! Was sure not to be a lot heavier than you thought. Sure you can handle it, Dave? Yep! Just give me a moment! You fiddled with the sack a little bit, but eventually you managed to vault it over your shoulder. Got it! Alright, back to the guild we go. It was a long walk. At first you thought you would need to take a lot of breaks along the way, but over time you kind of got used to the wait. Eventually you arrived at the guild's reception hall, when the dragon led you to an elevator on the side. Huh? Where are we going? To the Sky Garden, of course. There's a garden on top of this place? Yes, indeed, and I managed to get my own private spot there. It was a quick elevator ride as you arrived at the Sky Garden before you knew it. You took a glance around as Ray led the way along the catwalk. So far, the place looked different than you expected. More like an entire biodome than a small rooftop garden. Whoa, this place is very big! Yep, and it's more than just a greenhouse. The Sky Garden houses many flora samples from all over Arborea. Just say it. Scavengers and explorers are often tasked to venture out and collect unique or rare samples to add to our collection. What do you mean it was a bad idea? Our? So that includes you? But of course. Here, right this way. You followed him closely on the main path. Occasionally there were other guild mates tending to their own greenery along the way. And here we are, my private garden. Eventually the dragon stopped at what looked like a garden plot, filled with lots of strange-looking fruit plants and flowers. Oh, god damn it. Some of them were even intertwined. Their leaves and vines entangled around the wooden fences at the edge. Sorry if it's still a tad messy, I should be spending more time organizing it. Ray said as he lightly sprayed the plants with his watering bottle. Despite how overgrown it may seem, the garden was still fairly neat. Hang on, are those lily pads? They are! Ah. It still surprised you that someone like the dragon could put so much love and care into this. I've seen messier gardens, Ray. This is still really nice. It's almost hard to believe that you actually made this. Yeah, thanks. I do my best to try my best to take care of it. These are some of the rarest and hard to grow plants in Arborea, or, well, out of this continent at least. Here, Dave. He led you further into the garden towards a smaller patch of soil. Take a closer look. The dragon nudged you forward with a smile. You had to squint, but through the clear tarpaulin, you could vaguely see the small bud poking out among the dirt. Ah, I see it. What's that actually? Well, let's just say that little guy is a very, very shy one. Probably one of the most arduous samples to grow. Most other gardeners at the guild have given up by now. Except me, of course. He smiled, removing the wild vegetation that sprouted around the plant. Now I've been trying my luck for a while, actually lost countless samples along the way, and I was considering just stop and move on. That is, until I realized I actually made a bit of progress. After putting some fertilizer into the soil, he sprayed the sprayer. He filled the sprayer with the special water and lightly sprinkled the soil around the bud. There, that should do for now, he said, heading over to his sink and washed his hands. I know it's still probably too early to celebrate. I'm just very excited to have made it this far, he sighed. Is something wrong? Nothing. I mean, I just hope this won't be just another failed attempt. I think you will succeed, Ray. You've poured so much love and effort into this place. If Lady Luck existed here, she would definitely smile upon you. You're too kind, Dave. The dragon replied with a bright smile, and you could tell he was a bit flustered, too. Rumble. Well, there goes the food alarm. Want to grab something to eat? Oh, right. Sure, it's almost evening, and we haven't had anything since the ice cream. Yep, let's go get some takeouts, then. Takeouts? Why not eat at the honeysuckle? You want to go there? He seemed to hesitate for a moment. Well, let's not. I do need to talk to Max about joining me on the trip tomorrow. So how about this? I'll talk to Max first and grab some takeouts on the way back. Sure, I guess. Alright, what'd you like for dinner then? Well, I'm still not familiar with the food here yet, but maybe anything you order would be fine. Got it, just wait here, I won't be long. You can look around the garden if you're bored. The night view is actually great up here. Okay. I just cracked my back. Felt amazing. The dragon left before he could say much else. That was something. You decided to tour around the Sky Dome as was suggested. Even though most of the vegetation here was alien, the site still resembled the smaller city-side greenhouse you visited during your middle school field trips. You kept heading along the catwalk before ending up at a balcony area. The sky is actually quite beautiful from up here, and the sunset really reminded you of the one you shared with Max back at the mountain. You peeked down from the railings. The first thing that caught your eyes was the main avenue of the guild, where the crystal effigies have shifted it to a calmer color as night falls. Then, somewhere along the path, you saw Ray again, who was speaking to the Malamute. As they parted, the dragon headed for a smaller stand further along the road. You haven't seen it there before, so it must be a hawker merchant. You decided to admire the dragon's body, even from a distance, for a bit more before going back inside the dome. Eventually, after what felt like 10 minutes, the dragon returned. Welcome back! Yes, hey, sorry, it took a bit of time, Dave. You followed him to an empty bench near his garden. Well, I got a great view of the city as advertised, so it's all good. And a great view of me, too, am I right? What? How did you know? I'm a dragon, Dave. I could see you staring at me for a while. I swear I didn't mean to do that, really.
Drat, now he's gonna think I'm a creep.
Hey, it's okay, Dave. If anything, I'm actually flattered. I didn't know you were that into me. It's fine, Dave. Don't worry about it. Anyhow, here's your dinner. He passed you a piping hot food box, which from a glance looked like a typical Chinese takeout. Thanks, Ray. Don't mention it. Now dig in. These are best eaten hot. Okay. You hesitantly opened the box and peered through the steam. You could see some stir-fried meat, rice, and vegetables all mixed together. You grabbed the one-time chopsticks attached to the box and helped yourself to the meal. While awfully similar to that Asian dish back in your world, the taste was very different. Overall, it was actually quite good, which didn't take long for you to finish up. And even if it wasn't, at least it didn't weird you out so much like that other dish with alien meat. So, how's the food? Yeah, it's pretty good. Say, Ray. Yeah? That person that you bought dinner from, he's not exactly from here, is he? You mean Poe? Yeah, he's an islander. He tends to go back and forth between the city and the guild to sell his food. Islander? Well, he's from a harbor island on the city. It has a name, of course, but I forgot what it is. I've never been there before, and it's been a while since Alex last talked about it. I see. Why there, Dave? What got you so interested? His food is very distinct. It kind of made me think he's not from around here. Oh, really? And why is that? Well, it's a bit complicated. Let's just keep it at that. Alright, if you say so. I was thinking the same thing. You spent the next moments relaxing at the beach, admiring the starry night sky through the glass dome with the dragon. Well, not bad for a first date dinner night, eh? Indeed. It's been lots of fun spending the day with you, Ray. You gave the dragon a smile as you placed your hand upon his. He smiled in return, caressing your hand before locking fingers with you. Well, a date wouldn't be complete without this. He suddenly leaned closer and you almost panicked. You quickly closed your eyes, expecting a snout against yours, only to feel something brushing against your forehead hair. You opened your eyes and realized he was touching foreheads with you. Why do I find this funny? I find it's adorable. It's obviously adorable, but I find this hilarious. Like, it's so cute. It's so cute. Like, you have Ray over here, he's being all happy, and Dave just looks aggressive. Your heart was racing, your mouth agape. Somehow, that made you even more flustered than him just simply kissing you. And you didn't know why. After mere minutes that felt like an eternity, he finally relented. And with that, the date is complete. The dragon chuckled as he leaned against the bench. A gentle smile lingered on his face. Dave? Dave, hello? You managed to close your maw as he called, but you were still rather speechless and your face couldn't get any redder. Hey now, I didn't actually freeze you in place, did I? That's more of a Max thing, yeah? You still felt a little woozy, but at least your heart wasn't pounding anymore. No need to say it, I know I'm just that irresistible. Damn it, Ray! You tried to sound angry, but you couldn't hide your chuckle at what he said. At least you could have warned me a bit. My heart was pounding so much that it could jump out of my chest. Duh, maybe I should have, yeah, but at least you'd still die a happy man otherwise. Wow, very funny, Ray. You chuckled as he pulled you in for a brief hug. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. You chuckled as he pulled you in for a brief hug. Well, it's getting late. I should head back. Alright, hey, you want to come with me tomorrow? There's still the errand for Alex. It's gonna be a low-risk mission, plus Max is also coming, so maybe you could tag along, learn a thing or two, you know? Sure, I'd love to, actually. That's settled then, let me escort you to your room. You both left the Sky Garden and made it back to the dormitory. I guess this is it then. Thanks again for the date, Ray. Well, whose house is grass?
Shut up, Ray. Shut up, Max. I'm trying to focus on what's happening.
I guess this is it then. Thanks again for the date, Ray. My pleasure. Wouldn't mind taking you on another one next time. That'll be nice. Well, good night, Ray. Good night. Ray! You turned around just in time for you to steal a kiss on his cheek. Thanks, Dave. See you tomorrow. He chuckled as you ran back to your room to hide your beet-red face. You finally eased up after you knew for sure that he'd left. You breathed a sigh of relief as you closed the door behind you. That was fun! Now to go rest up for tomorrow. You spent the next hour taking a shower and going through your nightly routines. At long last, you threw yourself against a comfortable bed as you briefly thought of the trip tomorrow. A scavenging mission, huh? It sounds simple enough, and with both Ray and Max around, it should be cake. You chuckled at yourself, also thinking of how you could spend more time with the dragon as well. Your thoughts went back to those moments at the Sky Garden, and so you screamed internally. Again. It wasn't even a kiss, and yet your heart raced at the thought of being that close to him again. You managed to fall asleep after a while, as always. Beep, beep, beep. You woke from the loud alarm as per usual. You rubbed your eyes as you sat up in bed. You felt quite refreshed waking up. In fact, you found yourself giddy as ever. Yeah, we already read Dave! Yo, Dave, how's it going? Got enough sleep last night? Hey, Ray, I'm good. And yeah, I did get enough sleep. Why, though? Nothing. Just curious is all. Glad to hear, though. Need all that energy for the errand day ahead of us. Ooh. Or maybe what happened yesterday still kept you up at night. What? No! Just kidding. Oh, also, you had breakfast yet? Yeah, I just did. Where are we headed now? Well, Max just asked me to join his warm-up session for the day. You should come too. Oh, warming up? Where? At the field in front of the guild. Come. You followed the dragon outside. Even from afar, you could already see the familiar canine. He seemed to be doing stretches, then some form of martial art, shirtless. You remember seeing similar movies a bunch on TV when you were younger. Max, sorry to keep you waiting. Ah, right. Took you long enough. What were you doing? Well, you know, stuff. What stuff? You'll have to join me tomorrow if you want. Dave can come too. Sure, though I don't know if I actually have time for that. I have patrol duty tomorrow. But you're no fun, Max. Well, let's just get this over with. He was quick to take off his shirt as well. And I didn't see you around yesterday, Dave. How are you holding up? I'm good. I was with Ray the whole time, actually. Ah, I see. I sure hope he's treating you well. Oh, I'm treating him well, alright. He chuckled before wrapping an arm around your neck. You blushed, feeling his scales brushing against your fur. So don't you worry, Max, he's in a very good hand, right, Dave? He gave you a smirk at that last. Yeah, he showed me his stuff yesterday, too. His stuff? The dragon chuckled as you only realized what you just said. Dave! Phrasing! Phrasing! Just phrasing. Just. Phrasing! Damn! Oh, I mean, he showed me around. We went to the city in the greenhouse yesterday. Ah, right. Well, that's good then. Now let's get started, shall we? You joined them both as they began to exercise, standing a bit behind, and as you tried to follow their movements, or at least that's what you think you were trying to do. They were following completely different routines after all. You ended up doing nothing for a few minutes, scratching your head in mild confusion. Who should you follow? Is it even a question who we should follow? Is it even a fucking question? You decided to observe Ray's movements. He seemed to be running in place. Huh, that should be easy. Thought to yourself as you began doing the same, just like in PE class again. Noticed him increasing the pace bit by bit as he went on for a while, before suddenly switching to doing side jumps. You managed to follow his moves so far, but you were already running out of breath, and after what felt like forever, he dropped to the ground and began doing push-ups. Tried doing the same, but the sudden change in pace caught you off guard as you ended up slamming your face on the ground and said, "Ow!" Your muffled yelp seemed to catch both their attentions as they stared at you. What are you doing, Dave? There's no time for a nap. Ray chuckled while Max went to help you up. I was trying to follow you. You said, still trying to catch your breath after that massive workout, and the dragon only shook his head with a smile. You don't have to do exactly what I do, yeah? Here, instead of push-ups, you can do planks like this. Watch. He lay on the ground again and held himself up with his arms. Try to hold it like this for at least 30 seconds before doing the next move. Okay. Noted. Take it easy, Dave. You need to know your limits and don't push yourself too hard. Max gave you a shoulder pat as he returned to his spot. You nodded as you rested up for a moment before resuming your routine. You followed Ray's new instruction for a while before ending with the cool-down session with the two. You also felt a lot nimbler after the exercise. Obviously, Ray. You climbed into the carriage and decided to sit in front of Ray when he cleared his throat. Yay! Technical issues, except not really. Looking for a place to sit? He gave you a longing look while patting his lap. Well, yeah. You blushed, still unsure what to do when you heard the wolves howling out front. You felt the carriage moving forward a little as you found yourself falling into the dragon's lap. You looked up at him with an awkward smile as he blushed. You quickly stood back up only to tilt your head against the roof of the carriage. Ouch, slow down there, Dave. Here, sit here. He tapped an empty spot beside him as you sat down, rubbing your head. Well, that's gonna take a while to heal. He pulled you into a hug and gently caressed your head. There. You rested your head against his shoulder as you still felt a bit woozy. Sorry about that. These guys seem to be acting up a bit this morning. You guys all right back there? Yeah, we're good. We should get going now. Okay, then, giddy up! Yeah, a lot of this stuff we already read in Max's route. We go left. I think this way. Shit! Dave! The dragon unsheathed a pair of dual blades from his back, which engulfed in flames as he gripped the handle. You let go of him! No! He dashed towards the beast with a flurry of slashes. It left a mark on the creature as it hissed in rage, tightening the grip around you even more in response. You choked, feeling your body slowly getting crushed under the sheer pressure. An arrow pierced through the air and nailed the beast dead in the eye. Let out a painful growl as the arrow burst into ice shards, loosening its grip on you. You're free! You quickly slipped away from the nether beast and ran back towards Max. Dave, look out! Ray shouted from behind, and from the corner of your eye, you could see that massive snake-like tail coming at you. Made a timely jump to the side as the tail slammed to the ground with sheer force. You shuddered. That might have cost you your life otherwise. Jeez, that was close! You said, cowering on the ground. Dave! As Max cried, you looked up to see the snake towering over you. You close your eyes and brace for impact as it lunged towards you with a menacing hiss. But then you heard a loud slice as everything went quiet all of a sudden. Warily opened your eyes, Ray stood in front of you with those flaming blades. Looked up again to see the beast seemingly frozen in place before its head rolled off as its lifeless body collapsed to the ground with a loud thud. Though gruesome, you couldn't help wondering how there was no blood gushing from the body, as if the dragon's blades were so hot they actually sealed off the wound. You okay, Dave? The dragon asked, seemingly out of breath. Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. No problem. You alright, Rye? Max approached with his crossbow still in hand. Yeah, I'm good. Just overdid myself is all. Dave, come with me. The dragon nudged your shoulder as he gestured at the research tower. But what about Max? I don't care. That jerk can go fuck himself. Let's just go. He grabbed your hand as you left the lobby. You glanced back to see Max waving at you while passing the bag to the receptionist. You didn't know what to say other than waving back at him with your free hand. Ray, slow down! You whimpered as the dragon dragged you to the tower lobby, his eyes fixated on the elevator, and your hand was starting to hurt a little. Ray? I'm sorry, Dave. Ow! You rubbed your hand as he finally let go, which was still burning from his grip. It's nothing serious, but might take a little bit to recover. I'm so sorry. It's fine. Are you okay, Ray? Yeah, sorry again. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I'll take you back to your room first, then. You must be tired by now. Ray. Come on, let's go. Ray! Let's sit down for a moment. You quickly occupied a seat in the guest lounge. Here. He seemed to hesitate for a moment before sitting down next to you without a word. So, are you really feeling okay? Yeah, I'm okay, maybe. I don't know, it's just... He sneaked a glance at you as he stammered. I don't know, Dave. The sacred tree, the sudden attack, is it really my fault? Am I really getting rusty? Maybe Max is right. Maybe it's all my fault. Maybe it was a bad idea to bring you along. What if bad things happened? Hey, it's okay, Ray. I'm still here, right? Yeah, but what if... You saved me, Ray. You and Max saved me from the Nether Beast. I know, but what if we couldn't... Ray! It's alright. You don't have to worry so much, you know. I trust you, and I think there must be some explanations as to why this happened. Yeah, but... Shh! No more what-ifs, Ray. I'm still right here with you, right? I might have been caught up in the mess, but you saved me. A rusty man wouldn't have been able to pull that off, right? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. It's just I'm getting a tad frustrated at myself. And I wouldn't blame you, Ray. Look, if anyone thinks you're responsible for this, I will be there to back you up, alright? He looked at you for a moment before letting out a long sigh. Okay. Thanks, Dave. No problem. Now let's get to the lab. Alex must be waiting for us already. Yep, let's. You wouldn't want to make him mad. You held hands with him again as he led you to the elevator. Your palm was still hurting a bit, but Ray made sure to be mindful this time. Before the dragon could do his eye scan at the lab entrance, the door slid open, revealing a lynx tapping his feet by the doorway.
What took you so long, Ray?
Sorry, Alex. Something happened on the way here. Ray led you into the lab. It didn't take long for the lynx to notice your friendly gesture with the dragon.
I see. You're on a date with a new guy, huh? Well, unlike you, I really have no time to waste. Leave the crystal on the table and come along.
Ray left your side to place the basket on the counter. Meanwhile, the lynx went to his computer and started typing. The wall next to him opened up into a passageway which led into a large room inside. There were various shelves with books and tools across the room, and on the backside was a larger computer. He walked up to the screen and began typing something on the flat panel beneath. You didn't notice at first, but the wall behind you had already slid open, revealing another hidden pathway. How many hidden places does he have? No. You really don't have to do that to Dave, right?
How many years have you been working with me now, Ray?
You gulped as the dragon didn't know what else to say other than staring at you. It's okay, Ray. I'm gonna be okay. Just look away. Sure, be quick about it, though. Oh, Ray is pissed. You see Ray sleeping on the side of your bed. He looked very peaceful. You could see his smooth mane flowing against the night breeze from the open balcony. Reached over to caress his mane, which was silky to the touch. I mean, he'll make a great hair commercial actor back there. You chuckled at the thought. You wondered if you could go back to sleep when you realized the dragon was staring back at you. Huh? Why are you stopping? The dragon grinned. What? Nothing? I was doing nothing. You quickly retracted your hand. I was enjoying it. Got it from bed and stretched. Oh, thank God he's wearing pants. So, how was your sleep? It's all right. How did it go? The thing with Alex. Oh, you mean the sample collection and scanning? It went pretty smoothly, if I do say so myself. Now I even got to see something interesting. What did you see? Well, about that. I don't trust it. He walked over to the pantry and brought back what looked like 2 takeaway boxes. Your penis. What? Ray! The dragon only laughed as your face went red. What? It was inevitable, you know. Alex had to take all sorts of samples, including, well, bodily fluids. He winked at that last. Ray! You threw a few playful punches at his belly as you chuckled. Just kidding. I was asleep the whole time, actually. But it was recorded. Just kidding, just kidding. No, you must be hungry. Now I bought you some dinner. Let's eat together. He handed you one of the boxes. Thanks, Ray. You didn't recognize the dish, and frankly, you were a little tired to really bother with that. You sat up by his side as you enjoyed your dinner. You could see him scooting closer to you at some point, teasing and cracking jokes with you for a while after you finished eating. This is nice, he said as you scooped up the last bit of your meal. It is. The dragon nodded. Dave, yeah? I'm sorry for getting you in trouble. I promise I will keep you safe. It's alright, Ray. Well, what do you say if we go to the beach tomorrow? Let's go on a date again. Sounds good. We'll go for a stroll or maybe exercise a bit there. I know a guy that can help with your training. Alright then, in the morning? Yep, well, I gotta go for now. Sleep well, Dave. You could feel your tail flicking again as the dragon caressed your head. You too, Ray. He waved you goodbye as you closed the door. You took a deep sigh and looked at the night sky through the open balcony. You spent a moment there to enjoy the night view of the city and the fresh air, but it didn't take long for you to feel drowsy again. What a day, you muttered to yourself as you crashed into bed, slowly drifting to sleep after a while. We're going to leave off here tonight. Wow. A lot happened. Why does my back hurt? Now I want dessert. Yep. Anyways, stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.